Hi there, welcome to Carcassonne of Utze, and tonight with the final day of this year's WTCOC preliminary group G. It's Belgium, Croatia now in about 5 minutes, and then later on in 75 minutes roughly Latvia, Tutejšyja. The group standings are in the bottom left corner, and as you can see, Croatia 3 wins out of 3 games and really nice tiebreakers. So unless they'd lose 0-5 today, let's sketch this, for example like this, and Latvia would win 5-0 as well. As you can see, then the duels would be the same, the dual difference would be the same, and Latvia could snatch the first place from Croatia due to the game difference. But even though Croatia hasn't fielded their best, so notably missing Bluste and Vega Orion. They're, I'd say, 2 strongest players as of now. Buha 44 and Tompa 99 should be able to prevent the worst case. Overall, I'd definitely favor Belgium today. Table 1 maybe not so much, but they have to win tables 2 and 3, and I'd say 2 zeros should be in order there. Table 4 should be the closest one, and I'll cover that. And then we have table 5, which should be quite close as well. Considering the matches might overlap, I'll preview the later match now as well, shortly though. Alexei definitely is the favorite versus Ivax. The same goes for Krishna versus Levitin. And then we have Norbert's 96 versus Dileton. Not very familiar with the Tutejšyja player here, so not sure if the 500 plus ELO says something or if it's just a random number for now. Norbert is a good player, so normally I'd say rated over 500. So should be a close game, toss up maybe. On table 4, I'd favor Napalm, even though their rating took a downturn in last weeks. And table 5, well, I'd favor only Denver. So overall, I'd say for today, I would expect Belgium to win 4-1 and Latvia to do the same. And then the Belgians would need to hope that other third-placed teams from other groups would have worse tiebreakers than them, because 4-1 for both would result in Latvia taking the second place here with 3 match wins out of 4 matches played, and Belgium, of course, 2 match wins only. But we'll see about that. So enough with the talk. Let's check if the games are running, and they aren't. Thanks BGA, not on time. Well, then let's check if Nice Dicer and Buha are online. So Nice Dicer is, and Buha as well. And for now, well, let's refresh and hope BGA starts the tournaments right now, or at least in a few seconds. because I have nothing to talk about. So if they need a few seconds more, well, let's check the next day's games. Oh, there is Colombia, Greece tomorrow. That's definitely an interesting game because in this group, that's group, I think, D. There are 2 games, and the winners of these matches will secure places 1 and 2 in the group, because for now all these 4 marked teams have 2 match wins. So definitely decision time there. And here we go, finally. So as I said, I'll focus on table 4. So the others, if you care for them, just have a look in the corners, please. Yeah, nice dicer with 4 points to begin this game. And I forgot one thing. I have to reset the colors here so that on all tables Belgium will play with the yellow meeples. And Croatia plays blue. So here we go. Buha with a standard move, taking a half loop here, hoping to snatch 2 more curves. Nice dicer opens the city. Nothing out of the ordinary for now. Oh, so now in the first actual decision, do you take this here, which is iffy, or do you just attack blue's loop road? This option I'd not use because it's too easy to block road and city, at least in some instances. Yeah, Buha knows their stuff. Just prevents an easy city finish here by stubbing the curve into yellow's small city. Yellow more or less does the same, but uses a city piece to do so. Blue on the hunt, trying to restrict yellow city, but yellow counters, prevents any blockage to a starting tile. And now blue secures the road more or less, unless yellow were to draw another rose to snatch these 3 points up top. The monastery placement is definitely fine, even though you'd open up the city on the left for attack. You gain another option to harass blue's road and prevent blue from closing their small city on the right side, because if they do so, any road here would restrict blue's road to the quadruple crossroad and a 50-50 flip, which blue would rather prevent. as a slight form of compensation, blue gets 2 monasteries, uses them, and why shouldn't they? Nice spots, but at least yellow gets 2 points as well. Tries to attack blue's road now, but of course blue defends here and takes 3 points en passant. Nice dicer. It's the next monastery, perfect placement here. So a close game as expected, and so far I have really nothing to criticize, and I like it actually. Now I have something to criticize. With 3 meeples in hand and an open field, that's more or less Australia here. Why the hell don't you just meeple this field? It can only grow. Yellow does the right thing here, just adding 2 city caps to their field. Even though with this road at the bottom, I would have placed the splitter 1 square to the top to prevent this double attack option with blue successfully executed. Now yellow's monastery is limited to the last left-handed dagger because 2 are already gone. And this exact situation could have been easily prevented by moving the splitter 1 piece to the north. That's more or less a wasted monastery by blue here. I don't see the need to block this. The restriction to the dagger is more or less enough because on average yellow would have to wait quite a long time, and I think there should have been other places to use the monastery. Still 2 starting tiles out there, maybe even meepling it here. Although with the field, it's quite likely better to just keep the second meeple in hand and then just adding 2 points to your monasteries at the bottom. Might just be the best move in that situation. Blue cities here on the right side are pretty exposed. And yeah, saved by the deck. But another straight here, and this square is killed, and the blue meeple as well. So now this square is dead. Yellow's monastery meeple as well, because the dagger on the right side was the third one. Nice dice are deliberating quite likely where to take 2 road points. And considering there are still 2 starting tiles out there, going over here exactly like he does should be the move. Buha creates an attacking option or a blocking option against yellow's monastery. So now this square is killed. Yellow wins this mini battle 8-2. So overall, except for the field, the score is more or less tied. Ooh, interesting approach by blue here. Attacking this city, knowing full well that it could be ruined with one simple curve or any crossroad or curvy tile. But yellow didn't get anything to immediately block and took the safe approach, attacking this city as well. Yeah, yellow saves the option for their monastery here and indirectly extends the field to the left. So now would be a nice chance for blue to attack the field here and then connect either with one of the two remaining vanillas if yellow finishes their monastery, or with the road here. Their problem now is this square, of course. Two right-handed daggers are already gone, so any city piece to the left here would restrict their monasteries to the last dagger. And because it's quite likely that these two monastery meeples won't see the light of day, yellow just extends on the left side. Doesn't want to risk this big city / ruin being taken over by blue in the end. Blue, on the other hand, prevents the worst case here, limits their monasteries to a curve because both road monasteries are gone. Yeah, still 5 curves, I think, out there. And so they definitely need to protect here. The question is whether you'd meeple the city. And in this case, I'd say it's tricky. I would, because there are still the aforementioned 2 starting tiles out there. No roses, all 3 are up top here, and no daggers. So a straight here by yellow would pretty much not really kill, but almost kill the city. But still, if you don't take it and your opponent gets the next starting tile, well, then you'd have to scramble. So this is the safe approach. Blue's problem for now, of course, would be if this field would grow a lot, because with only 1 meeple in hand and roughly 20 tiles to go, attacking this without a clear path to get a meeple back is a bit tricky. But luckily for blue, there is a clear path to get another meeple, and that's just getting a curve to liberate their right monastery here. So this option is still valid, and that's why I think yellow should now liberate their monastery. I'm not sure why they hesitate even. Okay. Fear of blue closing this city. There aren't that many city caps out there. Although one diagonal splitter, two vertical splitters. Yeah, well, I think the vanilla placement by yellow has its merits. Getting the third meeple really wouldn't have helped you if blue could easily close the 14-point city at the bottom and just run away on the scoreboard. Yeah, I'm stumped. Just as blue here. Maybe now is the time to attack the field. Placing it over here would prevent a counter attack by yellow. I'm not really sure why yellow opts to place the vertical splitter all the way on the left side. If there is a perfectly... Oh well, I guess they didn't want the caps to be restricted with the Dorito or big city tile for that matter. That's rather unlikely on the left side, but the problem is this isn't connected to their field for now. And now yellow connects because blue side of the ruin was worth 2 points more than theirs. Yeah, Buha now attacks the field. For now, yellow side of the field is worth 9 points and the left side 6 points. And I'd say if one of these two is able to win the field outright, they should win the game. Because blue didn't get city cap, yellow now harasses this poor city on the right side. Of course, tries to kill this, which is rather unlikely because there aren't that many Doritos in the deck, only the one, and this was the last cow and the last big city tile. So I think Buha doesn't even need to defend here. Just assessing the score is quite easy. So yellow has 9 points versus with the right monastery versus blue city, and factoring in the fields as well. Blue has 2. And on the scoreboard we have 13 for blue, so blue is ahead by 6 points. And now the question is, what do you do here? It's not easy to get a meeple back. you need to get the last vanilla, or at least 2 pieces here, or exactly 2 pieces on the right side to close your city. But Nice Dicer still has 4 moves and 6 points with 1 meeple and 4 moves. That's not that tricky to manage. And if blue now connects, they'd gain 3 points for now. But might lose the field in the end, and with this lose the game. So they opt just to secure their field on the left side. Although there might still be an option like this available. Let's actually check. So Nice Dicer just drew the last dagger and could use this here. The question is which Dorito is left. He doesn't even opt for this. But still, let's check. Yeah, so this option would have been only blockable with a crossroad, and there is still one crossroad available, so I think it was definitely right not to attack this now. Yeah, Bua with the next curve. Meanwhile, on table 4, Learn to Fly lost their game versus Rastaroth. And this should have been over quite a few minutes ago. So please, if you notice that a game has ended and I don't open the next, just say so. This here I don't really get. Yeah, so the attack here would have worked for Nice Dicer. With this starting tile they could have connected, and with the curve then would have won the united field. But these 4 minus 3 plus 6, so plus 1 yellow, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, plus 1 yellow it is. So eked out the win here. The same goes for Amasjunkula versus Crafty Raff. Well, that's quite an upset. Let's see. Oh, nothing in the chat. So with these 3 wins for now, Croatia more or less secured the first place in this group. Let's actually check. So if they'd lose everything from now on, I think Latvia could still catch them. Yeah, they could. Well, then Croatia should just win one of the duels, just to be safe. So let's check if our protagonists have started their second game, and they have. This time Buha was starting player, deservedly so. both taking open cities. Buha now trying to create a big feature here. On table 1, Obi Wonder won their game versus Mixer 97. So after the first round of games, Croatia leads 3-2. Yeah, nice dice are trying to block Blue's meeples here, and then quite likely hoping to get a splitter. Tough luck for them. Blue got one, and this here... What is this? Oh well. Why not here? At least limit this square to the 3 starting tiles and then try to totally kill this later on. Yeah, still enough Doritos out there, and in some instances you could just add a big city tile here and 2 Doritos to close a nice big city without interference. Yeah, for now he kills this, so at least Blue city is definitely dead. So these, oh, sorry, these 2 meeples are dead. Yellows is still alive if they just get the diagonal slitter. And now they block. Well, interesting priorities here. Yeah, here we go. The splitter for yellow. Perfect piece. A monastery beforehand, limiting Blue's monastery at least a bit. At least some head scratchers here. Although I guess considering Blue will have the long-term meeple minority here, trying to liberate your monastery as fast as possible and then hoping to attack yellow's, or rather block yellow's city somehow. It's definitely an undertaking worth your time and effort. They have to risk quite a bit here, and that's exactly what they did with this Dorito at the bottom. Yellow doesn't get anything to really obstruct or which they'd prefer attack this city. Oh, come on. This is at least a 5-point monastery. There is this road meeple, which is easy to liberate. Your city is alive. Your monastery is, well, still alive. Even in the worst case, there'd be 2 daggers here still to liberate it. Why not take these points? Now maybe going over here. Trying to attack both. With the dagger asymmetry right now, that's actually a tad more likely to work out than the bottom position. Instead, they go for this move, which opens up their city for attack again, even though Blue would need to use vanilla there, which they'd rather add at the bottom. But it also opened up this option of trying to block and kill yellow city. So maybe just waiting for a better piece here. Maybe even 2 city caps. Or the last field Dorito. Yeah. And now with all these city points, oh come on, you need to close the city up top. There are still 3 road Doritos out there. Why not protect this against an attack from the left? Wow. Wow. I think I have to pull up the auto video. I mean, there are 4 pieces in the deck which would immediately close this city. So a bit below 20%, sure, but still. Also, a bit below 20% on the next move. And now with the second one, he goes for it. Well, I don't get it, but at least he does. How many curves are left? Only 2. Okay, then this should be fine, especially with an open city cap up top. With more curves, I think you could have even meepled that one. Just to squeeze out the maximum points here. Definitely something over here to expand the field and add a 3rd city would be nice. But with 23 points lead on the scoreboard, and everything else more or less tied, this looks like a blue win here, even though we still have 20 tiles to go and yellow has 3 meeples in hand. Well, let's actually assert due diligence here. So yellow snatches another 6-point field. That's the 3rd one for them. Versus 1 by blue. Both have 8-point monasteries. And blue has ruins worth 11 points total, I think. Yep. And the road is worth 4 points. I surely hope to finally, and here we go, get a starting tile, which on the other hand extends yellow's field all the way to here and adds the 3rd city. So overall, not really looking good for yellow here. Still have to add there 7-point city, but still, unless I miscalculated here or missed something, looks great for blue. This empty square was there when yellow placed this curve, I think. So snatching these 7 points, if you have the meeple advantage, would have been the better move for now, I think, because uniting these fields would be nice, but really doesn't score that much. And in the worst case, you don't get anything to connect here. All monasteries are gone, and I think there is there still vanilla left? No, there isn't. So this square is dead, and in that case, blue could just add a curve here to effectively render yellow's second farmer useless. Let's check. There's at least the one curve left. Yeah, so I don't like that one as well. Good news for Belgium. Learn to fly, equalize their duel versus Rastaroth. Blue with another huge ruin. 6 points worth for now, and yeah. Why this now? Have I miscounted? Is there no curve left? Oh, let me count again. Yeah, well, with this up top, blue should win this game now, for sure. In the end, somewhere around 15 points for blue if they manage to tie the field up top even more. They just provided yellow with 7 points. Holy moly. Oh, yeah, but then 8 points in the end. Still enough to win this one. Whoa, upset on table 2. Crafty Raf lost his game versus Amas Jonkula. That's definitely unexpected. And very bad news for Belgium. Because now, more or less, the other 4 have to win their duels. Else, I don't see Belgium having a chance to qualify for the playoffs, because with the 3-2 win, their tiebreaker would be too worse to qualify, at least in all likelihood too worse. Too worse? Oh man, too bad. So let's stick with these two here and hope for a closer game than the second one. Both taking 4 quick city points in the beginning. Oh my god. Oh well. Let's say I enjoy different approaches once in a while. But this one, what's so bad with taking a city cap somewhere safe and just hoping to draw an extender with a shield, for example? I mean, early farmers might work, but in most cases, just taking the points in the beginning and farm later is definitely the better decision, and that's for sure the case here. Yellow's farmer, on the other hand, is the better one. They could even opt to try and close this field here and just run away the 15-point field with one farmer. That would be quite the investment. Yeah, therefore, even though this here exposes this city to this attacking slash blocking option to the left or from the left, given all 3 right-handed daggers are still in the deck, I think that's okay, because it definitely separates these 2 fields here better than, for example, a starting tile would have. So now I wouldn't mind Nice Dicer using this Dorito in the sketched way. So it really looks like he's going for the 1 farmer field here. On table 5, N2XU equalized the duel versus Tompa, eked out a win with 2 points. Well, maybe I should have switched to that game. Nice Dicer added another city, also extended their monastery. Now pre-building a juicy monastery spot to execute the perfect monastery liberation by drawing just another one and meepling it, of course. And now I think they'd really like to get a cow to place here and really wall off their 12-point, maybe 15-point field in the end. Then the more or less only useful attacking route would be over here, because for now this square can't be severely limited with 3 starting tiles and 3 crossroads still in the deck. 2 starting tiles only. Well, not that big of a difference then. Okay, Nice Dicer. So this farmer up top, yes, quite the indicator of a big field fight incoming. Or it's just a distraction. We'll see. Whoa. So if it was a smoke screen, it worked. 4 meeples for blue, all trying to get on this, well, for 4 meeples, rather lousy field for now. So definitely cow over here, or even field Dorito. But yellow's problem is they need to score points. Scoreboard difference already at 16 points, now 12 and 16 again. Yeah, here we go. 12 points city, 2 points for the road. Well done. And created another nice attacking option. Let's see if they take it. Or if they still go for 2 separate fields, which would be definitely my choice, because it's I think easier to win this game if you don't have to fight the big big field fight here, because your monastery is restricted to a 50-50 flip. And if blue manages to close their city on the left side, they more or less would secure the meeple majority for, let's say, 20 moves at least. On average, of course. So tricky decision for Nice Dicer here now. And he goes for the attack. So big field fight it is. Blue adds another. No, they don't. Well, just taking this attacking option away from yellow. Yep, securing the city, hoping to draw 2 Doritos on the left side. And now yellow, of course, would use a cow this way. So let's see. Yep, blue prevents shenanigans over there, and yellow now quite likely has to attack here. So second farmer on the main field for blue. Because, believe it or not, these 2 guys still are on separate fields. Yeah, Nice Dice are getting a straight, which is really a piece. Well, if they go for the big field fight, they should add it here. Maybe on the left side, just to prevent blue from snatching a 5-point road if they draw a crossroad here. Yeah. didn't comment on that one because I don't think it adds much to the blocking chances here, because just consider yellow having something to block here, then blue could save this square from the top side with any road piece or most road pieces. And blue closed their city on the left and even gets the dagger here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a steep hill to climb for yellow. 17 points on the scoreboard. So Road Monastery has to be drawn by yellow here. And then, of course, they'd have to tie the field. Oh, that's double-edged sword here. Preventing, of course, blue closing their city with the cap, but also more or less losing your road meeple. And now yellow opts for the split. So they would have liked to kill this square, but blue prevents that by using their monastery here, hoping to get a straight to connect now that blue has 4 meeples on the field versus only 2 by yellow. Yeah, yellow goes for this attack, which is tricky to say the least. Blue should have placed a farmer up top, just in case yellow connects here. They would have the perfect counter move available. This here is worse. There's only 1 regular monastery remaining and no vanilla, so only 1 piece to go over here. So now they need 2 pieces, and if they just had meepled the square, they could have put the curve here or even this way and then maybe still hope to connect on the right side. Although that's really not, might really not be necessary. Let's check. So both have 63 on the scoreboard. Yellow's field is worth 15 points. Blue's field is at 30. Blue's ruin at 8. Yellow's monastery the same. Yellow's road 4 points, and both have 2 tiny 3-point fields as well. Yeah, 13 points. Tough. I think yellow has to go for the connection. Let's check how many straights are left to still connect there. They don't go for the connection. Well, so at least it's tricky for blue now, because they can't just willy-nilly connect yellow's farmer here as long as there's still one option for yellow to connect up top. So how about blocking this option? Both splitters are gone. All field Doritos are gone. And the vanillas are gone as well. So let's see how precise Buha's counting is. And good news. Oh, well. No curve left? I highly doubt it. Well, no curve left. Well, but there's still a monastery to go over here. So, definitely a mistake. Second chance now. Meanwhile, on table 1, Obi Wonder won their second game versus Mixer 97 as well. So the match scoreboard between Belgium and Croatia is tied at 1. Interesting to say the least. Yellow adds 5 points with another road, but that's just not cutting it. I think there's still a straight, right? No, this was the last straight, so this square is dead. Yeah. Well. If only yellow had connected over here. But they haven't. And I think they shouldn't have. Because exactly this killing option here was available. So quite a few sloppy moves by both parties in this game. And in the end, looks like the Croatian will prevail here. Unless I'm missing something. But I don't see more than 5 points for Nice Dicer. Not even sure what's there to think here. I hope they don't blunder and think that this field here is somehow connected to the main field. What about this square? Yeah, blue with the style points. Nice farmer in the end. So should be 7-point difference for blue. Yep, 7 points it is. And just a few seconds ago, on table 3, Learn to Fly lost the decider. So Croatia will stay unbeaten. And there's only one game still running, and that's the decisive one between Tompan 99 and N2XU. And considering it's still roughly 10 minutes till the start of Latvia and Tutejšyja, My thank you goes out to Latvia's and Tutejšyja's captains for scheduling their game 10 past and not on the dot. Thank you guys, really appreciate it. So let's remove the scoreboards. And whoa, Nico just scoring points 8 to 10. And Tompa has 50 points on the scoreboard. That doesn't look good for Belgium here. Even with this field here and the monasteries. Nope. This looks like a surefire win for blue. But actually, well, let's count. We've got the time. So yellow has 4 points for a city on the left side. Blue has 4 points for a city as well. And 2 1-pointers. Their monastery is worth 7 points for now. Yellow's monasteries score 8 points each. Yellow's roads are worth 5 and 4 points now. Blue just snatched a 6-point field on the left. They already had a 6-point field on the right side. And yellow's field in the middle is worth 6 points for now, actually, because they still miss a vanilla to liberate their monastery and add this city to their field. I only see 3 vanillas in play, so the chances for yellow to snatch these 4 points at least are still there. There's 1 horse still in the deck for blue to take another 3 points from yellow. And I think yellow has to hit everything here. So they need the vanilla, they need a curve ASAP. If there still is dagger available, which it isn't. All 3 are gone. Well, that's a bummer for yellow. So roughly 30-point lead for blue. And that's why yellow went for this rather extreme measure here. Although the only way that really would have helped them would have been getting the market square, aka quadruple city, and then attacking this ruin from the right side with a second meeple to take over with the last horse. Meanwhile, blue scores more points. Yeah, and I think this is over, so I'll take a quick break. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Yeah, just to add insult to injury, looks like blue got the last vanilla as well. So taking this one here. And with this, Croatia will then win their fourth match in this group stage with 4-1, securing a great tiebreaker at that after their opening match 5-0 versus Latvia, and now 4-1, and I think 3-2 wins in the middle. Yeah, actually all 6 games on days in weeks 2 to 4 were decided in close fashion. So overall, Belgium won 5 games in this match and Croatia 8, because Mixer wasn't able to win a game versus Obi Wanda. So let's prepare for the next match, which is Latvia Tutejšyja. Yeah, not sure why Tompa is not just putting the piece anywhere, but playing precise until the end it is, and why fault them for it? So in the end, congrats Croatia. I think if you are able to beat Latvia 5-0 and Belgium 4-1, the first place in this group definitely is deserved. And Taiwan isn't bad either, so dispatching them wasn't easy as well. Well, we'll see which team they'll face in the playoffs. So it's 10 past. Let's check if games from Latvia to Tutejšyja are already running, and all have started. I'll focus on Napalm I versus Rainer Kuhn. And as I said earlier, I would expect Latvia, or rather the Latvian players, to win the duels 1 and 2 for sure. I'd say Napalm I should be the favorite here. Table 3 is a close affair, and on table 5 I'm not familiar with Koshuk Dima, so I'd favor only Denver. So overall 4-1 Latvia. So take this with a grain of salt. I had picked Belgium to win 4-1 as well. And that really didn't work out as I had expected. Hi, Glovier. Sorry, I was distracted. What have I missed? Early road by Napalm I taking 3 points. Both snatched a 4-point city. Blue now trying to obstruct the Yellow's monastery and road, quite likely by adding a city piece over there. But Napalm Eye with an easy defense here. Quite likely thought about meepling this road piece, and let's say he could have. Nice move here, really nice move. Supplying a road end for one of your roads, pre-building a 3-point road, which is easily taken with one of the many curves still out there. And in addition to these two uses, there's also an attacking or blocking square created against Blue City. Nice awareness by yellow here. Yep, and efficiently builds on the left, taking 2 points, creating another 5-point option. Gets a gift from the deck for precise play with the city cap here. Yep, but blue can play too. Closes the road, restricts yellow's road to a crossroad, and there are only 3 in the deck, one of each variant. So a rose, a field crossroad, and the quadruple crossroad. Yeah, nice priority by yellow here. Not taking more road points, instead taking the 9-point field, which is impenetrable from the right side, and there aren't really great attacking options from the top or left. So a rather secure field, at least for now. Napalm Eye quite likely thinks whether they should do this or create an attacking square against Blue's road. I think just taking the road points actually was only in 3rd place. Yep, they get one of the crossroads, and quite early even. That doesn't bode well for blue here, but at least they get to close their city, although without a shield that's only 10 points, but at least they were able to tie the scoreboard. Yeah, now the curve on the left side, because else your monastery would have been killed by any curvy piece. And with 4 vanilla still out there, that should be quite easy to liberate. It's quite unlikely that this city would be closed, because even if someone were to snatch it, the starting tile over here, which would be the 3rd starting tile, then another Dorito here would again limit this to the 4th starting tile. So I think this will stay a ruin. And the same goes for this one on the left side, more or less due to the same reasons. Considering yellow needs a vanilla cap on the left side next to their monastery, this city option is a bit iffy. Maybe even rotating this one this way here could have been considered. Still 2 daggers out there, 1 rose, and of course other rotary toes. No quick points for Napalm Eye now. Decides to take the city on the left side, city/ruin that is. Yeah, now gets obstructed on the right side. Still 2 daggers out there, of course, but don't think that really was necessary to risk. Due to field and monastery in the middle, they are ahead, so could have played a bit more risk averse. Yeah, Gluvia has a point, of course. If you turn this the other way, then blue could secure the road here. But even though it's tricky, you can't really go over here and meeple the road or the city, because one way or the other you leave the other feature empty. And leaving the city cap empty is iffy as well. So maybe in this case, it still would have been the best option. Maybe just taking the loop road on the left side. Yeah, in the end, if he gets the dagger, it's all good. Although now blue, of course, has the road there, but still it would be to yellow's advantage, of course, to close the city. Yeah, now yellow liberates their monastery, finally. And if blue were the adventurous type, they could have gone over here just to set the starting tile up here, because they have meeples in hand, have more meeples in hand than yellow, and could even risk meepling that one, even though, of course, any monastery or vertical dagger, extender, vanilla would block this immediately. With 4 straights and no road monastery, with 4 straights out there, you'd have at least 4 pieces. But considering yellow's lead isn't that big, doing safer moves, I think, is definitely the better approach here. Although they could have considered using the retro over here just to prevent this limitation, which quite definitely should be incoming if yellow gets a curvy piece. Not sure why blue doesn't meeple that road. There aren't that many road ends available, of course. Only 1 crossroad and the quadruple crossroads. So only 2. But I think yellow wouldn't have hesitated and they would have picked these 6 points. And then it's a difference of 10, 12. Yeah, is this now better than the field to reto? A tiny bit. Because it's arguably more tricky for yellow to add a tile there, given the run out here, than just drawing a curve or straight to liberate the monastery. And it works like a charm for blue. Now they just need another Dorito, and there are still 5 in the deck. Now yellow's field up top might be attacked in a few moves. Let's see what they do about this. Or if they just try... Yeah, well, for now you have to prioritize this one here. Two road Doritos still in the deck. And not that many big city tiles. So I wouldn't go here. I think I would just take the 4 points up top. Or maybe these 4 points. So for now, let's assess the scores here. Yeah, now yellow attacks, sure. Still 1 cow remaining, but only the 1 cow. So anything from the bottom that hasn't a field side on the top would be a total block. So if I haven't missed anything, yellow should be ahead by 10 points, and that more or less is their field up top. So if blue manages to equalize this, then we have ourselves a tight game. So if blue doesn't have to do anything with this straight, killing this square would have been an option. Not sure what... Oh, well, I am. They did create an attacking option because there are still 2 extenders out there. So, for example, with the road Dorito just drawn by yellow, blue could attack over here and then would have 3 connection pieces here with the extenders and the remaining cow. Yeah, but now Blue's monastery is definitely dead. There's no roads available anymore. Yeah, and of course Blue could have taken this then a 7-point road with the straight and would have created a prime attacking option up top. But they preferred to create this. Well, not sure they got their priorities straight. Yellow liberated their city on the right side, and Blue responded by closing their road there. And now, now of course Blue takes the road. And Naples and I will drop a second farmer. No, they won't. They go for the jugular, hoping to close the city. Well, it's tricky because, well, actually, not really that much. I think there are still two, two, because I counted that one. 2 Doritos left. So 1 over here, and then you need the cow as well. Else, of course, 1 Dorito, 1 city cap should still work. Yeah, so block this or block that? That's the question. Or maybe going over here, but I'd prefer one of the other moves, definitely. Yep, and yellow opts to kill Blue's city up top. But now, with the liberation of Blue's monastery and the 6 points from the ruin, we have, oh man, a 50-50 flip for the game, more or less. Rainer Kun should now block this option. On table, what is it? 3. Norbert's won the first game for Latvia. Yep, the farmer, because there aren't that many tiles out there, and one of them should still be the last remaining starting tile, which would add 6 points to you, because you'd have to give 1 to yellow. But yellow gets the cow and quite likely is relieved because that should be all they need. Well, here we go. Did I miss anything? I hope not. So I have... Oh no, the starting tile extends Blue's road to 7 points. And I totally missed the 1 point they get for this piece. But yellow gets 1 point as well. So is it a tie game? And then this would be a win for Rainer Kuhn in the end, because Napalm Eye was a starting player here. Well, we'll find out. No, I have missed quite a lot of points actually. I'm sorry about that. So Napalm Eye was able to eke this win out here by closing this city up top. Even though Blue in the end draw the perfect pieces they needed after missing out on the cow. So on table 2, Krishna lost their game versus Levitin. Oh, definitely an upset. Looks like the Latvian master isn't in the greatest shape. Let's actually check what would happen. Yeah, well, Latvia would be in third place and eliminated from the tournament, courtesy of their abysmal tiebreakers, if they don't win this match. So let's see. On table 1, at least the expected result, Alexei managed a 9-point win versus Ivax. And this means after the first round of games, Latvia is ahead 4-1. Over here, a nice early farmer by Blue. An interesting variant of the Ukrainian technique by Blue as well. So limiting Yellow's monastery here, but still having open sides of their city to expand, and maybe in the end win the mini battle versus Yellow's monastery, or even threaten to close the city with the starting piece over here, and then of course winning this battle. Blue restricts Yellow City at least a bit. On the left, top left, there is Road King Alexei versus City King Evax at work. It's actually interesting development there. But for now, let's focus on this game here. Yep, yellow attacks a blue city, prevents them running away with it. Takes the road because blue doesn't take roads today unless they can close them. Yeah, nice obstruction by yellow here. After blue obstructed there, no, not obstructed, killed even. All three left-handed daggers are already gone. So that's definitely a bummer for yellow here. Not sure I would have played that move. That's creating, well, quite a lot of volatility, but I'm not sure this is actually in blue's interest right now. They quite likely, although with their I should speak and not just think and then stop speaking in the middle of the sentence. I'm sorry. With their field meeple here, they have more or less a dead meeple as well as yellow at the bottom, and then there's this one. These two meeples are still alive, so actually yellow should have the meeple majority in the end. So with yellow's scoreboard lead creating volatility like this, flipping for the next monastery actually should be in blue's interest. They don't have many meeples at their disposal, so they need to create features to snatch quick points. And what better to snatch quick points than an 8 or maybe 9 point monastery spot. Yep, that's exactly why yellow now kills this square over here. And might now even exactly like this save the option to liberate their monastery if they'd get one of the two remaining starting tiles. Meanwhile, blue just killed yellow city up top because, as mentioned earlier, all three left-handed daggers are already gone. Bundled over here. Yellow limits the expansion options of blue's ruin, effectively rendering cows useless for blue, at least for the purpose of extending their ruin. Of course, blue could and quite likely would use a cow up top to connect to the shared city. Yeah, this way is fine, of course, because then you could kill both cities and win the mini battle. So now it's the flip for the monastery. Because if yellow would get the monastery, they'd not just take the points, but also would get the meeple back. And then would be tricky for blue here, even though their ruins score quite a lot of points. Let's actually take the scoreboard again. So blue has ruins for a total of 16 points. Yellow for now has a 2-point ruin and 2 1-point ruins, plus an open city cap on the right side. Both have monasteries as well. Blue has a 9-point field. Yellow has no field as of now. And then with the points on the scoreboard, blue's ahead by 10. And has 2 meeples in hand versus yellow's 1. With 6 Doritos and both diagonal splitters already gone, this option here by blue to exert some pressure on yellow's small city is actually not that bad. Here we go again. Creating a field and a larger road, but not taking it now. So worst case for blue, yellow got one of the Doritos and even a shielded one at that. Blue panics, because why meepling this one? There's no reason. If you manage to attack this, then you can meeple the Dorito here. If you don't, if you want to block this, you could still meeple this one. But if yellow just gets a Dorito, they'd also restrict your city piece. Here we go. Deservedly so. Yellow got the monastery in the meantime. And will snatch the field now because it's worth 9 points and they have 2 meeples in hand. They can't. But at least, kill blue city on the right side, because I don't see a world where blue would be able to close this one now that it's severely blocked. But at least blue snatches and there's a 9-point field. But now with the score more or less tied, I'll check the scores again in a minute. Yellow with 2 meeples in hand, they should be able to win this one, as there's no way at all for blue to get a meeple back. Yeah, Napalm Eye saves the connection. Let's check how many straights are still left in the deck. looks like 2. They take another 4 road points. And more quick points. So this one is over. Let's check. Is there anything close? Yeah. Looks like Krishna is wiping the floor with Levitin, but the impression could be wrong. Although, no. Krishna will win that one. Then let's switch to table 5. And if you care for the end in on table 4, it's in the bottom right corner for now. I will switch back for the decider. This looks like it would favor yellow here. So the ruin up top is 10 points for both parties. Blue city ruin is worth 8 points. The dead monastery by yellow on the right side worth 7. The other monastery 7 as well. Blue's road should still be alive because there are still curves out there. And is there still a crossroad? Looks like one is still available. But with this field, or rather fields, because yellow has another one here, I think this should work out for yellow here quite easily. Yeah. More than 20 points. So this should be an easy win for yellow. There's no diagonal splitter left, so attacking this here, at least if the splitter doesn't work, let's check if there's still a dagger left. No, there isn't, else there would have been an attack this way. Yeah, so I don't see any hope for blue here. Even if they manage to successfully execute the field attack here, they are behind by too much. Let's actually switch back to Napalm I Rainer Kun, or let's quickly assess the situation on table 3, where Norberts is hoping to win their second game versus Dilettante or Dilettant. So 8 plus 27 on the scoreboard, 35, 42. This is yellow's field. Quite the over farming here, but 48 nonetheless. 36, 30. Yeah, roughly 20 points for yellow here, and considering both only have one meeple in hand and there aren't that many tiles to go, Norberts will win this one. Oh man. Am I tired or what? Did I say there would be a decider between Napel and I and Rainer Kuhn? I think I did. Of course, Napel and I won both games, and with this put Latvia on the scoreboard. So definitely no decider in that duel. Now let's check out what Alexei's doing. Hi, Napel and I. Congrats. Precisely played, especially what was it, the second game in the beginning? Yeah, I think that was the one. So Alexei with the yellow meeples. This is dead because all 4 cows are gone, and that's terrible news for yellow here. Let's check if this is still alive, and oh boy, 2 field Doritos still out there. So not just alive, but kicking as well. And the main field is blues, and for now it's at 18 points. 21, 24. So this actually, despite the scoreboard lead here, looks like it's blues game to lose. Yeah. Alexei hoping to connect to the ruin, squeezing any points he can get. And maybe he's still able to attack the field here. But for now, let's just check what's up with the points. Oh, bad news. Blue closes the city. And now, even if Alexei would manage to tie the field, I think blue should win this one, because they could just outscore yellow here. So the field is worth 21 points now. Didn't I say that earlier? And the difference is 23. So Alexei has 3 moves left. He needs to connect. And connect over here. Evax getting the horse. Bad news is there's still a road to Dorito available. If not, that game's lost here. And there is. So if Alexei does this, then there should still be a monastery, or more likely a road piece to connect. in the deck. Monasteries are gone, so a road piece it is. Yep, perfect move by blue. And with this, the fat lady begins to sing, and we'll get a decider here. Unless blue loses on time or does something terribly weird. Three points, or rather more precisely 4 points. Not even sure if that was precise, because if there'd still be a vanilla out there and somehow maybe Alexei had miscounted. Oh yeah, 6 points, of course. Yeah, well. Talking about precision. So in the end, plus 6 for blue then, I'd say. Plus 9? Well, let's see. Plus 9. Yeah, sure. Over here. So, decider here. Only Denver won their duel versus Korshuk-Dima. And with this, Latvia secures the second place in this group, no matter how their strongest players will fare in their last games. So, Krishna playing and his opponent playing faster than Alexei and Ivax. So let's cover the end game of table 2. This looks interesting, and there are still 2 roses out there to close it. And then these 2 fields would be united. And now Krishna, no, it's his last meeple, so he doesn't attack. Yeah, looks tricky here for yellow. With the 12 point field now up top for blue. Let's check in detail. Yeah, blue now takes the field on the right side. Good move by them. Looks like there are still curves out there. Oh, no. Curve, singular. Only one, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, looks like it. So still one option to connect here, and then to unify the fields once yellow closes their city. Krishna trying to squeeze all the points out he can, hoping to not just get one rose over here, but a second one, and maybe he doesn't even go here. Oh, sorry for missing the start in the third game between Alexi and Evax. Oh, Alexi lost the starting player advantage because the market square was discarded. Oh, by the way, is market square adequate for the quadruple city, or do you prefer another moniker? Still need to count here. So yellow closed the bottom city. Bottom fields by yellow and blue are united at 9 points now. Yellow doesn't take the 4 here, just snatches the actual 12-point field. Wow, nice. Yeah, whale doesn't, no, it doesn't work. Sorry, folks. I think Alexi mentioned this on a stream 2 weeks ago or so, that one of his teammates, which might be you, Napalm Eye, calls the quadruple city whale because it's an animal as well, but when I think of whales, I think of Texas Hold'em, so it doesn't really work for me. So, yeah, I blabber too much. I wasn't able to score this diligently. Sorry, folks, but I guess Krishna has won. With, let's say, 5 points. No, he lost by 1. Yeah, sorry. Bad coverage here. What is this move? Did he really play this move? Sorry, folks. I have to check the replay. Because if he did and had a meeple in hand... it was his city, of course, okay. And he had no meeple in hand. Okay, then it's all good. So, Let's see what Latvia's second big gun will be able to accomplish. Major obstacle. Only one starting tile remaining to liberate. No, oh, man, no starting tile remaining. I think I've never seen 3 starting tiles like this. Nice. Yeah, so let's see if Alexei is able to get his neck out of the noose here. He's ahead, at least, on the scoreboard. And definitely capable of walking this tightrope here. And there are still 2 horses left to at least take this at least 16, maybe 18 point city. For now, his main problem, of course, is not having a meeple in hand and having to waste quite a lot of juicy pieces. So, nota bene, he opted to block Blue's chances to expand here because all 5 field Doritos are gone. Yeah, but both splitters were still in the deck. Blue managed to get one. And now, well, Alexei needs the horse and fast to have a chance here. As Blue should be able to steamroll the Latvian with their meeple advantage. With one cow still out there, there would be an option if needs must to still attack this city. But that's not a thing taken lightly, considering then you'd have an open square here prone to attack or being blocked immediately. So only if you're really desperate, you'd consider this. Let's see which monastery option Alexei will pick, or if he just takes 2 points, or maybe attacks this road. I think he'll go for the road attack. Yep, there are still enough straights out there. He'll go for it. No, he doesn't. Come on. What does he do? Walk, walk, walk. Yeah, tough luck here. Blue getting the desperately needed horse. Could now, well, maybe just extend the field at the bottom while also adding 2 city caps with at least 2 vanillas still out there. So still nice options to score more points. Another road monastery for Alexei. And again, takes quick points. There's only one city cap remaining to close the city on the left, and that's a dagger. Alexei quite likely counting again if this is still the case. Meanwhile, let's assess the scores here. So blue's field is worth 9 points now. Alexei's city piece on the left side 3. They share a 6-point city on the right side. And I'm blind as hell. This here would be tied because this one of course is on the road. So this horse doesn't even really matter. Although it matters because Alexei needs the meeples and blue doesn't. Total block here. Yeah, and then blue should be able to win this one. Yeah, blue needs city caps. And then just prevent Alexei from tying the field. No juicy monastery spot available. Going over here would be a mistake because then Alexei could use a vanilla to snatch a 9-point field. And then win the mini battle with 9-5, at least for now. I don't really see the need to take the field on the other hand, although you could. Let me check the roads again. So blue's road is scoring 9 points and yellow's roads are scoring 2 plus 7, so 9 points as well. Blue's field scores another 9 points. And then there's the 3-point ruined by yellow. Plus their scoreboard lead of 9 points. So the plus 3 for yellow should be correct. Yeah, so let's check the city pieces to go over here. So 4 vanillas are gone. One is still remaining. Both diagonal splitters are gone. And there is still one vertical splitter remaining. There was one right-handed dagger, and that should still be the case. The left-handed daggers are all gone. So still 3 city caps to score these 2 cities here. Yep. That's the move by Alexei to hopefully draw the vanilla or the vertical splitter to then get the field. If blue anticipates that, they could of course do this or just straight up kill the city. Let's see which option they prefer. The downside of using this move would be that you'd create an attacking option from the bottom. Even though, of course, any city piece over here would immediately kill that one. So Alexei takes another 3 points. And blue, with a curve, takes a 9-point field on the right side. And with this, the lead in this game. Let's see if they bring it home here. Yeah, another Rotorito, not the piece the Latvian needs. Question is, do you go over here? No. He kills this square. All 3 daggers are gone. And then hopes to draw, and now it's too late. The 3rd Rotorito in a row. Given there are a lot of way more juicy pieces out there, definitely quite the bad draw for Alexei now that blue has taken this field. I don't see any way to come back. All monasteries are gone. All fields are taken by blue. And you are 10 points behind. No empty city caps lying around that aren't associated with one of blue's fields. Yeah, Alexei goes for the double attack. So hoping to get the splitter here, and then on the next move the vanilla to score 6 additional points. Meanwhile, blue of course shouldn't score anything. There's a 3-point road, 4-point road at the bottom if there's still a crossroad out there. Yeah, looks like the quadruple crossroad. Yeah, blue extends this, so another straight can't block taking this one. And whoa. Works out for Alexi, at least the way he intended. But is this enough? Blue with another field up top. Yeah. Is there any way to outscore Blue's fields? I don't think so. So he takes the 6 points. That's definitely a must. Yeah, now it's game over. Blue takes the 7 points here. Yeah, unless they lose on time. Maybe they forgot about the discarded piece and that it's their penultimate move, and that Alexi only has the one piece left in hand. Yeah, so quite the upset here. But still, I think Alexi and Krishna couldn't have picked a better time to lose duels than in this game, when it's not necessary for Latvia to win the match, to have them win their duels. Yeah, Iwak's taking 3 points somewhere, I guess. Yep, minute 20 to go. There's still a possible power outage. So I'm not sure if I'd take this long to deliberate where to take the 3 points. Okay, I've added 3 points somewhere that are too much, but for both parties, not sure where, but doesn't really matter. In the end, Iwaks is able to win with a 9 point spread, manages to dispatch the MSO and a Champions League winner of this year. But it actually doesn't matter for Latvia. Their tiebreaker was a shot anyway, so we'll see which team they'll face in the playoffs. And then it's a new day and a new game. So congratulations to Latvia and Croatia again for surviving this group. I think in the beginning Latvia, maybe Taiwan were the slight favorites, but overall, anyone, maybe except for Tutejšyja, could have won this group. So, well played here. Secured the playoff spot, and that's all that matters, at least today. Let's check what's up on the calendar. Let's quickly refresh. Nothing added from earlier. So tomorrow, sadly, overlapping matches. Catalonia, Hungary is Group A. That's not really that interesting, considering I'd definitely bet a larger sum of money on Hong Kong beating Australia and securing the quite likely third place, because they need a 5-0 and a 5-0 win by China to then eke out Finland for second place on the games difference tiebreaker. And although these results are possible, I'd say they are rather unlikely. So I'd guess Hong Kong will stay in third place here by dispatching Australia. So Catalonia and Hungary are just playing well for fun, let's say. And the more interesting match is definitely Colombia-Greece. That's Group D. The winner will take likely the second place in this group, where for now Chile is residing, because both UK and Chile have better tiebreakers than Greece and Colombia. But we'll see. I'd slightly favor Greece here. I think they are a tad stronger, but anything's possible there. Quite likely I'll stream one of these games, maybe even both. So for example, starting with Catalonia, Hungary, and then switching to Colombia, Greece once they start. But I'll figure this out until they start tomorrow. Yeah, for now, thanks for tuning in and sticking around until the end. I'll see you tomorrow or on another day. Bye bye.